coming out of the SHU back to general population is just the same for me as leaving the penitentiary and entering the free world. So when I come out of the SHU after a 14-month SHU term, I'm automatically sharking on all the other inmates. I'm automatically sensing their weaknesses, seeing how soft they are, and I'm heart checking them. I'm just on them from the gate. When I stepped out last time, it was the first day back on the line, and I'm raising my hand for anything that has to be done for the white race. I'm telling them, hey, let me go back. I'm already sick of you guys. You guys are soft as shit. I'm done with this. Like I'd rather just be in isolation. I only deal with my cellie, and he was down as fuck. He was ready to go. So I roll back into the building, and these simple fucks are smoking a joint off the table, and they're so damn scared that it just tripped me out. I'm like, what the fuck are you so scared? Smoke the joint or not? So I sit down, and we shave the paint off the table. So I have the paint shaved off the table. I have 2 batteries down and a razor blade, and I have the joint in my mouth, and I'm hitting it, and the cop rolls up. So I just keep smoking it, and all these fools dip on me. So they all go all scared, and they're sitting in the shower, and the cop rolls up, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm gonna finish this shit regardless. So I mean, he's just like tripping on me while I'm smoking. I'm like, you could go write that shit up, or you could just dip. And he's just fucking tripping on me that I'm actually smoking a joint at the table in front of him. Normally he wasn't gonna walk that time, and that's why these fools were crying, because they had set up the timing all weird. I was all fucked up from being in the SHU. Like, I just really didn't even care. I felt like going back. I didn't like the program. Everyone seemed like they were doing weird shit. They were congregating too much between races, and it just wasn't for me. So then, as every single instance that popped up, I was ready to go. And the next instance that popped up was actually a skinhead event, so I was exiled out of it, but I still tried to be part of it. It was when a SDSH member, a San Diego skinhead member, actually had a big dope dead on the yard. So the skinheads were calling for other skinheads to remove this motherfucker. So the removal was gonna be a stabbing. He owed too much money. He was done. He was this little fucking just weird looking motherfucker. Conrad motherfucker from SDSH. Everybody knows that motherfucker locked it up. But anyways, so I'm even raising my hand for this shit. And they're like, Wes, that's the skinhead issue. Let them deal with it. And the hardest motherfucking looking fools are pushing this down. They're pushing this to the side. This one motherfucker, he had rest in piss and the fucking date of the victim he killed tatted on his forehead. Literally. The date of the motherfucker he killed and rest in piss tatted on his fucking forehead. He had Hitler on his face right here, Chucky on the other side. I mean, a swastika his whole back. He was actually, people are going to make fun of this, but he was a good motherfucker when I hung out with him. He ran a solid program. He ended up having yards I was at later. And I don't dislike the dude, but I dislike the fact that he had so much shit blasted on his face. He was so supposedly down for his people with 1488 under his cheeks right here, the whole 9, just looking the part. And then when it finally was a chance for him to go put his time in and land his ass in the SHU, his bitch ass bitched out on that shit. And that shit was what pisses me off. Because here I am coming off a 14-month beef in the SHU. I just caught 365 extra on my time, and I'm ready to raise my hand again. So I mean, this is the thing. This is how the respect isn't across the board. This is why prison's like that. I risked my life for you to live yours in the manner you do, so you're gonna risk yours when the chance comes for me to live the life in prison in the manner that I do. And the reason the politics are there are for protection, or else there will be extortion across the racial barriers. Blacks would extort whites. Homies would extort whites. There would be extortion between races. There would be rape. There is no rape in California prison because of these politics. Do you want these politics, or do you want booty bandits and this other shit that they talk about in these other states' prison channels? We don't have that shit. GP California, if anybody got into anything like that, they would be dead on the spot. If you're white, if you're homie, if you're paisa, anything like that, this is not happening. It's never happened. I've never seen it. This would be murder on the spot. So these are the reasons why the politics exist, and that's why I back them. Would you rather fucking worry about that or this? I would rather flip a coin or roll the dice every day of the week and have to put in some work than have to worry about that other shit. So the point is being down for your people, putting in the work. That's the height of respect. Here I am coming off the shoe on a 14-month beef that I just picked up, and these dudes who are looking the part, they seem like they did the time. They got the stories that when it was chance for them to get up to bat, they didn't step up. So this is what always fucking happens in there. This is what happens out here. This is these tatted dudes. These are these people who look a certain way and they don't walk the talk. I don't even care if it's prison. I don't care. If you act a certain way, if you possess a certain demeanor, you have to walk in line with that character 24/7. That's why I'll never sleep in. That's why my wake up time's 2:45, and that's why I initiate the roll call on my Instagram for everyone to join with me. Because I want you to hold me accountable. I'm talking a certain way. I'm going to back it up. And this is what's kept me in line since I've been out. Because I said so much shit. And because I had integrity to hold myself to it. The greatest mixture for success is savage self-talk plus auto-suggestion. When we consistently tell ourselves we're going to react in certain manners in certain situations, and then we follow through, we're indestructible. I don't crack no more. It's not going to happen. Someone comes up, wants an issue, I'm handling it the right way because I've talked myself into these situations so many times, time and time again. I've learned to validate myself through my character and my actions, not letting anyone else dictate them. So the point being, in the penitentiary, respect is paramount. Do not let your fucking choices be dictated by people in the pen who don't give a shit about you and don't back up their word. Make your choices out here. Humble yourself out here before life humbles you and you end up in the penitentiary, before you end up in the SHU. I've told you guys a million times, I was in tears when the sergeant and the captain came around and they said, "Hey Watson, you seen those pictures? You seen what you did to that guy? You have 2 strikes. This is it for you. It's a life sentence." You better believe I was in tears. I was writing my homegirl Audra that I spoke of a letter, and that shit was covered in tears. I just wanted to show her my pain on the paper. You motherfuckers ain't hard enough. You're not. Nobody is. That dude in the back doing all day, he ain't showing you how he really feels. Dude's broken. They took it all out of him. He's done. He's washed. Do you want that? You want that all day? You're not ready for it. So what you have to do is validate yourself with your conduct, your character, get your outcome, follow your vision, let your daily habits guide you to your ultimate destiny. If your daily habits are in line with the future you desire, you'll always win, and you're in control of that.